reporting.
A sheriff says a Wisconsin man who faked his own drowning this summer so he could abandon his wife and 3 children is in Eastern Europe, is not committed to returning home. Ryan Borkward has been communicating with authorities, even describing how he did it. News and analysis at townhall.com.
Definite chill across southeast Louisiana and coast of Mississippi, and that's going to be repeated again over several mornings as high pressure settles in. We've got the reversed moderating temperature trend Sunday into early next week. A little colder on the north shore. It'll be dropping to the upper 30s, south shore to the upper 40s. Sunshine returning tomorrow, low 60s. Then the coldest morning, Saturday morning, patches of frost, 30s. Most spots on the north shore, south shore into the upper to mid 40s. The Broadmoor Arts and Crafts Festival is celebrating 51 years of holiday cheer with a family fun day filled with amazing vendors, delicious food, handcrafted jewelry, unique holiday decor, perfect gifts for everyone on your list. Bring the kids for a winter wonderland with games, Santa, and a petting zoo. Doors open 9 a.m. Admission only $3. Saturday, November 23rd at the Baton Rouge Broadmoor High School Arts and Crafts Festival, Goodwood Boulevard, Baton Rouge.
The views expressed on Only Good Vibes News Network are solely those of its hosts and guests. They in no way reflect the views of WGSO AM 990.
Good people,
good music,
good food,
good arts,
good energy,
good information,
good medicine,
good time,
good vibes,
good news.
Welcome to New Orleans' only Good Vibes News Network.
When it's dark, look on the bright side. When it rains, wait on the sunshine. Everybody likes getting them good vibes, 'cause everybody's got a heart on the inside. We can take all the hard lessons, that little loving, and turn them into blessings. Don't complicate it, keep it simple. Just work hard and be nice to people.
All right.
Be nice to people. What's up,
It's that easy. What's happening, Whistler? It's good to see you, man.
We got a very, very exciting show for you guys today. We wanted to say, hey, what's up, New Orleans, Louisiana, and everybody can hear my voice out there. Thank you for tuning into Only Good Vibes News Network Radio. So,
brought to you by NOLA Motorsports Park on the West Bank.
This is the only place you can find a positive news station. Jamie, who's our illustrious guest?
Boy, we've got Ivan Neville in the studio today. He's bringing positivity all over the world with his new music, with his Soberfest. He's headlining, coming up with all the collaborations he's been doing all year with all the wonderful New Orleans artists. Really keeping the groove alive here in New Orleans. Thanks for being on the show, Ivan.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Pleasure to be here with y'all, man.
Who that?
Yeah, y'all my peoples, man.
Ivan, we start out the show every time with Whistle's Zen cards. He's got some good vibes. He brings like the words of the week, something to ponder while we're having our conversation.
Yeah.
Whistle, what'd you come up with today?
Well, I pulled these cards, Young, and basically it's just something to start the program with. And each one has a word. It says understanding is this one. I pulled 2 of them. And it says, what happens does not matter. What you become through those experiences is all that is significant. This is the true meaning of life. So,
wow.
We just start the show with this energy and kind of have people ponder on it and go, huh. And I mean, that's a real good thing, understanding, it doesn't matter what happens to you. Kind of like how you come out of those situations. Right?
I always like what the Rastas say. They say, don't say understanding. They say overstanding.
Overstanding, man. Yes, brother.
I have an overstanding.
Respect,
I have an overstanding.
Respect,
yes. We got, and remind me about, we got some Jamaican news. I don't know if Ivan knows about this, but some really good, more positive news. But the second card that we have is calmness. And in all activities, practice calmness. To remain calm amidst the chaos of life requires a tremendous amount of focused energy, gentlemen. Be calmly active and actively calm. Bro, these cards today are fire. I mean, they always fire, but some of them are even a little bit more fire than the others on some days. And today was on time, man.
Ivan, we've got you here in the studio today. You've got a big event coming up, Soberfest.
Yes.
With the
little something, little hang for a Saturday afternoon.
This is the 3rd year you guys will be doing that?
Yeah.
Right on.
Wow.
Tell us a little bit about that and how it got started and what exactly you guys are up to over there.
Well, the folks over at Bridge House in Grace. Was it Grace House? Yeah,
Yep,
that is men's and women's facilities where they have treatment facilities for people that are have addiction and alcohol problems.
I
Which
went once.
in New Orleans. I can't imagine. There's a lot of people.
There's a lot of people who are in that
A
book.
lot of people that probably should be talking and listening. That maybe whatever.
Well,
I ain't here to preach.
I know
No.
you got three people sitting here on this side of the microphone today, and all three of us have been down a journey
Yeah,
with alcohol use and with sobriety.
Yeah.
I'm just going on 3 years here in February,
Wow.
and then Whistle, you're going on four. Or
Almost 5.
Wow.
You know, but I
That's
mean,
crazy.
it is like I
You know-
used to look at you and cats like who's also on the bill, Anders and all, and like
Anders,
it kind of
yeah.
blew my mind.
Jason,
Like how you guys,
Jason
Ricci,
who's on it.
but he
Yeah.
can play that harmonica. boy.
It's funny because well, New Orleans being the place that it is and being known for being a party, the party,
Yeah, like
Sure.
adult Disney.
but
World.
we found and so it's been a long time for me. I've been living this way for 26 years.
wow,
Wow.
I haven't had a
Congratulations, that's
drink
huge.
or a drug since
man,
1998.
Amazing.
wow,
And,
that's beautiful.
The funny thing about it, hey, if you drink and you whatever you do, and it's not ruining your life or it's not messing with your productivity.
Yep.
I got nothing against you. I don't hate on the ones that maybe
That's how I
enjoy
feel.
that.
I feel that.
But I know for me, it stopped working. It was a detriment. It became a detriment to myself and others around me, and I got lucky, and I
mean, that's very fortunate because I think the biggest part of that heavy lifting of the whole situation I just stopped to stop because I felt like everything that I do, I want to make sure I was not overdoing it because I won't be able to do it again is the way I was raised,
Yeah.
right? Like regardless of whatever it is, don't overdo it because you will not be able to do it a lot. So I just like kind of let it go. And I was like, let me just stop because I just wanted to. And then all of a sudden it was actually like a Lent is what made me like, I said, let me just go and
after
just
Mardi
try.
Gras,
Right,
and
yeah.
Ash Wednesday, let me give up some stuff.
Right.
You know what's funny is when because I remember talking to you at times, and I'm not one to I don't preach to anyone. I don't try to force my way of living on someone else. But what's funny is I was noticing that you were expressing the fact that you were feeling life.
Yes.
You were feeling.
Yeah, and I wasn't
you wasn't medicating it. You
I
wasn't
used to
trying to
have an-
alter it. Like when you feel good, I want to feel better. Or I feel bad, I don't want to feel that way. Let me try to alter that.
yeah.
But you were feeling what you're supposed to feel like.
Yeah, and
just-
especially when it was difficult times. Like that was
Yeah.
the real trippy part, right? Like really just handling those emotions and those feelings properly was a whole nother life. And then now it's almost like a knee-jerk reaction to me to do it. And I never think about it. I think it could be anything. It could be like working out, it can be an addiction for handling stress or like eating
But then
or whatever.
you also notice the physical
Yes. Oh, my
positives
God.
that came with not drinking. You got the weight that you might want to keep
225
off.
to
There you go.
180.
Two and
so-
some change.
Exactly,
Yeah.
dude.
You two and some change, and you all
Yeah.
height.
Yeah, exactly. We look at
I'm
you
too
can see it
heavy
in
for
my
my
face.
height. I'm too heavy
You
for
can
my
see
height.
The other thing that happens, I noticed.
Too heavy for my height.
He must be too heavy for his height.
I noticed another thing happened when you stop drinking, that you start to discover what was causing you to drink in the first place. You'll give up drinking, you'll feel just fine, and something will happen. Like maybe you won't get booked on a show, or one of your friends passed or something, and the compulsion to reach for that alcohol will suddenly strike you, and you'll be like, oh, I was having trouble dealing with this part of my life. That's why I was drinking so much to begin with. You get a lot of clarity behind things like that.
That happened.
Yeah.
That happened to me a little bit, and I mean, look, I'm not like 100% so like Ivan. Like that's one thing I made very clear to people. Like I'm not trying to take someone's, because I do know a lot of people who do live that life, and I'm not trying to hide under that umbrella. You know what I mean? I am who I am, and I'm a way better person than I was when I drank. But I know alcohol doesn't make me do things. I do it, but it was always riding shotgun, telling me, "Dude, you got this." You know what I mean? It really was. And the thing is, with me, I wish it was something sexy that made me stop drinking, but it's just,
Now,
it's
you know what?
just,
That's
it's
usually
just-
not the case.
That's
it's
usually
just
not the
waking
case.
up
It's usually not
literally.
the case.
We're literally waking up the next day, and like it was just, it's unbelievable.
That's funny.
Because I had 2 knee surgeries on this one. I played a lot of sports. 1 knee surgery on this one. I'm 57 years old. I'm like, man, arthritis, old. Every morning I would like get out of bed, 2 hands on my thighs, and labor to the shower. After I went ahead and did this, I was like it was the second longest Lent ever, 47 days. On the 47th day, man, I was getting out of bed one leg and like in the shower and going, wait a minute. It's not old age. It's not arthritis. It's alcohol.
We're here
And-
at WGSO FM New Orleans. I'm AM New Orleans 990, and we're talking to Ivan Neville. He's got the Soberfest he's headlining coming up Saturday, November 23rd, 2024. You can go to bridgehouse.org and get tickets up until Friday. You can get advance tickets for $10, or you can just come on Saturday.
$10
Yeah, I mean, you
for this
cannot. How
music.
can you
Come
beat
on.
the Anders Osborne,
Saturday
Ivan
afternoon.
Neville? I mean,
Yeah.
I
Saturday
mean, if you
afternoon.
miss, I've been to it. It's awesome. Is this on the river again too?
It's at Sugar Mill.
Oh, Sugar Mill.
That's
Yeah,
the
I saw
Sugar
that.
Mill.
I saw that. Sugar Mill.
And so we're going to come back. We're going to talk more with Ivan. We've got Dr. B coming up in the second half hour of the show. But we're going to talk more about sobriety. We're going to talk about good vibes and New Orleans music. So come right on back.
Yeah, you're right. Who that?
Good vibes. Your virgin is your virgin. Sister is your sister. Everyone want to make it, but if for one slice of bread, remember, make we break it. Good life with the good vibes. Virgin is your virgin. Sister is your sister.
Get hype on game day with the official Whistle Monster bobblehead. This action figure means business. With his game day attire and trademark oversized whistlehead, grab yours today for only $40 at the following location. Jam Nola, located at 2832 Royal Street, or at Empire State Deli, located at 447 St. Charles Avenue. But remember, you can always go to whistlemonster.com for all your monster gear. T-shirts, sweatshirts, bobbleheads, and even bumper stickers. This season, show off your New Orleans football spirit in style.
Football season is here, and so is your game day MVP, Bougie Bologna, made with 100% smoked pork shoulder, seasoned to perfection and ready to tackle your taste buds. Try Bougie Bologna, perfect for building the ultimate sandwich stack, available in regular and spicy for those who like to bring the heat. If you're tailgating at the stadium or at home, we're the perfect addition to any party. Find us at a store near you or bougiebologna.com. Bougie Bologna, it's a game changer.
Hey, did you hear the Britannia Bar Uptown has a whole lot of new live entertainment going on? Every Wednesday night at 8 p.m., they alternate either stand-up comedy or classic movie showings. Thursday at 9 is themed karaoke. They have live music on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday starting at 9 p.m., and every Monday is blues night starting at 6. Plus, they have the longest shuffleboard table in the city, a 22-footer. Wow! Located on the corner of Britannia and Delachaise Street, right across from Touro Hospital. Come check out all of the fun at the Britannia Bar.
Get up early on Saturdays and talk LSU athletics with us. Tiger Rag Radio every Saturday morning, 5 to 7 on WGSO, the community voice of the Crescent
You
City.
might be afraid to speak out for fear of cancel culture or losing your job. Christian Garrick Show on WGSO is your platform. Noon to 2 weekdays right here on 990 AM WGSO.
Hi, this is Susan Berniker bringing you a new show, Health Connections, every Wednesday afternoon at 5 p.m. Doctors, researchers, authors, and more. Join me Wednesdays at 5 o'clock right here on WGSO 990 AM.
It's pet trendologist Charlotte Reed. Listen to the latest pet trends with benefits on the Pet Buzz, airing every Saturday at 6 p.m. Join me as I talk all things pets, from animal health and wellness, money-saving tips, the newest pet products, celebrity pet gossip, breaking news, and more. Our expert guests are in the know and in the now. To learn more about our unique program, our guest, and me, your host, listen to the show on WGSO 990, the community voice of the Crescent City.
Don't get stuck in boring talk radio. Give it a much-needed splash of laughs and a little Southern Louisiana flavor with Implicit Bias Radio. I'm Kavan Bordelon. Join the crew and I each Saturday morning from 7 to 9 a.m. as we give our thoughts on what's going down around the country. We'll crack open a fresh bottle of whiskey each week as we talk about what's swirling around in our heads and in the glasses. The Implicit Bias Radio Show, every Saturday morning, 7 to 9 a.m. on WGSO 990 AM.
What's up, my people? This is Derek Smoker Freeman. You're listening to the Only Good Vibes News Network with Jamie and Whistle right here on AM 990 in New Orleans. Yeah.
Everybody ain't breezy, and I hope you realize when you look into another person's eyes, you know today will be a very good day just to have a good day. You know today will be a very good day just to have a good day.
With a little more life and a little more love and a little more laughter.
Today's a very good day to have a good day, guys.
Welcome
We're having one right
back
here in the
to
studio.
OGVNN, Only Good Vibes News Network.
Yeah, you're
And
right.
you can call us at 504-556-9696. Once again, that number to call in and chat with us here at OGVNN, Only Good Vibes News Network.
And today only you can talk to Ivan Neville.
Yes, you may be lucky. I got a feeling a lot of people are going to call you and like ask you about sync stuff. I know you're a pretty syncs aficionado. You are. But 504-566-9696. So yes, Ivan Neville in the house today, ladies and gentlemen. We're honored to have you, young. And
Glad to be here, bro.
so the thing that I wanted to get into a little bit was, when did you know like you had the talent to like be in the band? I mean, I know you grew up with your family. It was like everywhere. And I don't know if it was
a good question.
But when did you decide like I'm not going to be a lawyer? Like lawyer's not for me.
You know, it was a conscious decision, and I remember the night. I remember the night when the spirit truly hit me. So I knew that I had some little bit of ability to sing and stuff like that when I was younger, but I didn't have interest to do it. Now I liked sports. I liked playing football. I was smaller, but I was quick and fast. I liked doing that stuff. And I wasn't trying to do music.
Yeah.
I didn't start playing piano until I was like 15 years old.
Oh wow.
Right. So and you know what? I just saw this brother's picture in the Facebook recently. His name was Edward. Was it Edward Roussel? Yeah, we used to sing back up with Alan Toussaint. His dad, and my dad were friends. They knew each other, and they had his dad brought him over to my house when I was like maybe 11, 12 years old at best, and he brought his son over to present his son to my dad. So I want you to hear my son sing. So his son, Edward, sang Tell It Like It Is. We were like the same age because we ended up graduating high school together. Later on in life, we became friends. We were high school
partners. Yeah.
So anyway, he sang Tell It Like It Is. And my dad listened. And then my dad, he won't pull some crap. He go ahead, Ivan, you sing it. Because he knew I could sing. I'm like, why you want me to sing? Right? I was shy.
I mean, let me stop for 1 second. Like, that has to be a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know, like,
dude.
did you know immediately, like, your dad is like, who he is?
you
Like,
wanna
dude,
So I sang, and my version was good. I didn't have the pizzazz and the presence. My man, he sang, he did a better job than I did, I thought. So that got me out of the woods, and he wasn't going to mess with me with that singing crap.
Right.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
what I
That's what
figured.
you thought, right?
So flash forward, I was in high school. I joined the stage band, and so I had left John F. Kennedy High School halfway through the year and went to Cohen. Moved back uptown, was at Cohen, and I actually wanted to join the football team, but I was small. And then I'm like, I don't feel like doing that. But then I got an opportunity. I had just started playing piano. I joined the stage band.
So the piano was there.
Well, you can't go in the marching band with the
Right.
piano, so you never seen anybody reeling the piano.
No.
Not a parade route, right? So I'm in the stage band.
Right.
So we had a pre-Mardi Gras assembly for the school. It was the Friday before Mardi Gras, and the stage band played Big Chief. And I played the intro to Big Chief on the piano in front of the whole school.
How old? Like that was.
I was fifth. I was in 10th, 11th grade, maybe 11th grade at this point.
I bet they went berserk, huh?
No, they would second all the gangsters, all the nerds, all the
And you
jocks,
were like,
everybody was
yes.
acting a fool. So I got mad respect. Like when we came back to school after the Mardi Gras break, they was like,
that's the dude.
Red, play that piano, bro.
Right.
And they used to
Boom.
call me Red.
Right.
Being a light-skinned brother, they called me Red.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, Red play that piano. So I'm like, oh, cool. So I was cool.
So you crushed the first time,
Yeah.
actually,
And
is
the
what
girls
happened.
dug it. I was cool with
ladies
the thugs.
definitely.
The thugs gave me, showed me love. I was like, all right,
Green
I'm
lights
cool.
So you
everywhere.
began to see like a little path there
That
for
was
you.
something.
Yeah.
But then there was a nighttime concert that the stage band had later on that year. And I sang a song by Earth, Wind, and Fire called All About Love. on the
Oh
piano.
yeah. Wow.
And the girls loved
That's
it.
what I was about to say.
They were all about
Girls
love.
loved it.
They
When
went
I got that
bananas.
response,
You're like, uh-oh,
the
I got
girls,
something here.
I'm like, ooh,
You're like
this might be it.
young Luther.
So that was it. That was it. No, I ain't gonna say no young Luther. But that was it. That was like, okay, this. I think I might want to do this.
Yeah.
So I started my band. I had a band for a while, and soon thereafter, I joined up with my dad and my uncles.
Did you find it coming easy to you, like the piano more than like the drum or the guitar or singing?
Well, there was a piano in our living room, in our front room in the other house, the second room. It was the second room to the front room. I don't know what you call that room.
So you
It
bang
wasn't the
around
front
that
room.
a
It
lot.
wasn't the front room.
Right.
It was
So it's
you
like
would call it the living room, but in a
like
shotgun house, it was
right,
definitely
the
not
second room.
what you would picture a living room.
Entertainment
It had
room.
a couch and it had
Yeah.
a piano,
entertainment
and
room,
that
yeah.
couch was a bed
The
too.
audience. Oh
no,
yeah.
that was for because there was four kids,
Oh yeah.
and
It was
we
definitely
didn't like have our own rooms. So you
talent
slept-
shows, everything went in there.
Yeah,
probably.
you slept where you could find your spot. So they had the couch and the piano.
Good old days.
So that was
But
it.
damn, so then the rest is history, man.
So
Like
when your family started seeing you take an interest in music, were they encouraging, or were they like, "Look, bro, we do this. Like, maybe you should become a doctor"?
I
or
never
something?
got any words.
either
like-
way, huh?
No,
Like
nobody
not do it or
pressured
not
me
do it.
either way. No,
Wow.
they kind of let
That's
me
good
be.
parenting.
They
That's
let
what I
me
tell
be.
people.
My
You're-
dad's let me be, and I started my little group, and I was still in high school.
So you started a group. What was the name of the
I
group
had
in
a
high
group
school?
called Renegade, and
Ah,
which
I
was
heard
named
about
which was
this.
named after a group my dad had.
That's what I was
Aaron
about.
had a band called Aaron Neville and Renegade,
Big A had
and
the
it was
Ren-
with himself. A couple of other guys were in the band that's still around. Jimmy Bolero, Paul Boudreau played in the band with him, and I went and did a couple of guest appearances with him
Wow,
here
so you
and
went
there.
straight with Pops, like the Renegades.
No,
other Renegades.
yeah, dude, Renegade. And then I did my first actual paying gig with my dad was at a house party. The folks that the Fabulous 14. You know who the
Right,
Fabulous 14 is?
No.
Those are the people that opened Tipitina's. That
Okay.
a whole group of folks.
Yeah. People pitched in
Sonny,
there.
you know, Sonny,
Yeah,
Sonny's
yeah. Oh,
sister,
yeah.
Sonny's sister,
Yeah.
Steve,
Yeah.
Hank, a bunch of folks. This is
Fabulous
the old
14,
school
yeah.
Tipitina's crew that opened that club, turned
So,
it into
so
Tipitina's.
they kind of gave you your first opportunity.
They had they used to have these house parties at Sonny's sister's house up near Carrollton and Orleans Avenue, I believe.
That's why I always love talking.
Oh, Carrollton near City Park. Yeah, right over there, Carrollton and Orleans. And my dad and myself and my Uncle Jolly, Big Chief Jolly, we went and did a gig at this house party. Now you imagine what was going on in that house party.
Yeah,
That was
wild
some
time.
fun. That was some fun.
Wow.
Yeah, weed smoke as thick as you could imagine. This was in 1977, something like that.
That must have
And
been
so
a trip.
we're playing, me and my dad and my Uncle Jolly, we played, and my dad played some songs by himself. I played a couple of songs. Jolly played, we played some stuff together. And then after we finished, my dad gave me $100.
So Pops is on the keys too?
Yeah, he gave me $100 bill. That was my first actual paying gig.
Holy
That's
cow.
it.
I'm
you're
like,
always gonna get special treats here at Only Good Vibes News Network.
Look, when we come back, I really want to get into you. You play music all over the world, and we're the Only Good Vibes News Network. So I want to talk to you just about spreading that positive energy
Sure, man.
all around
That
the
was-
world. Like what it's like to go into
Yeah.
a room of people and have them all sort of looking at their feet, and when you leave them, they're all
Lit up.
smiling, laughing, lit
Beautiful.
up. That's what we want to do here at Only Good Vibes News Network. We're brought to you by NOLA Motorsports Park on the West.
What we do is we put positive vibes in people's
OGV
lives.
and
Yes,
There's no doubt
all
about it.
day, all day. Who dat? We'll be back with Mr. Ivan Neville. You guys come in.
And do my rain dance. Give me love for the life of me. Hey, we know that I was not.
Only Good Vibes News Network is brought to you in part by NOLA Learning Support,
providing educational therapy for students kindergarten through college with dyslexia and other mild to moderate learning differences.
Contact them at NOLALearningsupport.com.
They provide help for struggling students using research and experience to improve self-confidence and reinforce reading and writing skills.
NOLALearningsupport.com. Supporting young people is a great vibe.
Hi, I'm William Wallace. You can hear me live on Tuesday nights at 5 o'clock here on WGSO, or see what I have to say on Facebook at William Wallace for America.
Tune in to the Your Personal Bank Show, Saturdays at 11 a.m. or contact parents at yourpersonalbank.com. The Your Personal Bank Show, Saturdays at 11 a.m. on WGSO 990 a.m.
Hello, this
New
is Jack
Orleans.
Clay. I want to thank all my listeners and the support I get here at WGSO for making our program, The Jack Clegg Show, successful. Along with that success has come a change in time zones. No, we're not moving to the Pacific time zone, but we are changing the time of our show. Now, for the immediate future, we will be 11 a.m. to noon on Tuesday and Thursday. Callers are welcome. That's a Jack Clegg Show at 11 a.m. to noon. Thanks for listening.
Join me, J.C. Smith, on Stay Safe NOLA, Mondays at 5 p.m. as I discuss crime and how to stay safe in the Crescent City. Stay Safe NOLA, only on WGSO 990 AM.
Chef Jamie Gwen here. Tune in for delicious conversation and let me feed your soul every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. right here on WGSO 990 AM, the community voice of the Crescent City.
Hello, this is David Jeremiah. Join me each weekday morning at 4:30 or 5:30 a.m. for Turning Point on the community voice of the Crescent City WGSO.
Hey, New Orleans, my show is so fresh and cutting edge, you'll actually think you have a duty to put the community on at the crack of 6. And join us weekday mornings on the Mike Church Show. Live MAGA radio the way it should be.
Louisiana Radio Network, I'm Colleen Crane. A deadly shooting in broad daylight in the French Quarter. It happened at the intersection of Iberville and Royal, a block south of Bourbon Street. New Orleans Police Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick says this was not a random shooting.
They seem to have been targeting a particular person who was in a group. And so 4 people have been shot. All were transported to the hospital. We do have a confirmed homicide.
Kirkpatrick says a person of interest is in custody. Researchers at LSU are developing a handheld device to better detect cancer cells during surgery. Safe Margin was invented by LSU electrical engineering professor Dr. Jan Zoe, who says the purpose of the device is to quickly detect a clean margin during cancer surgeries, saving time and lives.
This device could help to save 1.4 million people globally every year.
Zoe hopes to bring it to market by the end of the decade. LRN.
Feeling overwhelmed? Louisiana 988 can provide immediate emotional support. You can share as much or as little as you want with specialists. Everything you say stays between you and them. It's free, available 24/7, and most people who reach out report feeling better right in the moment. Call or text 988 anytime.
Hey, y'all, fall festival season comes to a close with these upcoming events. November 30th through December 8th, Fall Harvest Fest in Grant. November 27th through December 31st, don't miss New Iberia's Victorian Christmas at the Joseph Jefferson Home in Rip Van Winkle Gardens. Visit festivals.explorelouisiana.com and make your plans to laissez le bon temps rouler.
Get hype on game day with the official Whistle Monster bobblehead. This action figure means business. With his game day attire and trademark oversized whistlehead, grab yours today for only $40 at the following location. Jam Nola, located at 2832 Royal Street, or at Empire State Deli, located at 447 St. Charles Avenue. But remember, you can always go to whistlemonster.com for all your monster gear. T-shirts, sweatshirts, bobbleheads, and even bumper stickers. This season, show off your New Orleans football spirit in style.
Only Good Vibes News Network is brought to you in part by NOLA Learning Support,
providing educational therapy for students kindergarten through college with dyslexia and other mild to moderate learning differences.
Contact them at NOLALearningsupport.com.
They provide help for struggling students using research and experience to improve self-confidence and reinforce reading and writing skills.
NOLALearningsupport.com. Supporting young people is a great vibe.
Looking for action-packed fun? Come experience the excitement at NOLA Motorsports Park, just minutes from downtown New Orleans.
Feel the thrill of racing on our world-class karting tracks. Perfect for all ages and skill levels. Plan this special event? Host your next party a corporate outing with us for a unique and exciting experience.
Keep an eye out for an exhilarating new attraction coming soon to NOLA Motorsports Park. This October, don't miss our spine-chilling zombie paintball event. Gear up and take on the undead in an epic paintball battle.
Ready to join the fun? Visit NOLAmotorsports.com to book your adventure today. NOLA Motorsports Park,
where excitement never stops.
This hour of programming is brought to you in part by me, Mr. Everything. Don't settle for anything. Ask for everything. Who dat?
Welcome back to OGVNN, Only Good Vibes News Network, brought to you by NOLA Motorsports Park on the West Bank. Jamie, what can you do over there?
Oh, you can do just about anything. You can race your sports car. You can store your sports car. You can rent a go-kart and race your friends. You can throw hatchets. You can play
So you really have to be rich to have. Did any one of you guys have a race
No,
car?
you don't have to be rich. You could go over there and rent a go-kart. You just be a regular old fella.
To park your race car there too, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, you might need a little money. If you have a race car, you probably can afford it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we love Laney and Ruth over there.
Well, hey, on the break, our in studio sort of roster has increased, and we got somebody on the line. So let's just go ahead and introduce her.
All right,
what do you think,
ladies and
we
gentlemen?
lost George?
Okay, so we do have another guest in here that's going to be coming up to us, but he actually is in here now with us. Is Dr. Elliot. Dr. E is what I like to call him. But
and if you're watching on the YouTubes, I did not just suddenly turn into Dr. E.
Yeah, he
did.
did.
Everybody.
Jamie's over here now. He's moving. This is an elusive studio.
But at the break there, we were talking before the break with Ivan here in the studio about the positivity of music in people's lives. Yeah. And right now, we all need so much positivity and so much support. Just whatever you believe about the world. We're in a trying time. We're all trying to.
And we're going to jump right into that right now. But on the second part, Doc, we're going to come to you really hard about some things that Jamie and I have been talking about what he was just saying. But we're going to pick up here. We're just bringing you in at this second segment. Doc, you're going to have the whole last segment is all you. But,
no problem.
So we want to let you be a fly on the wall. If you want to chirp in or chime in or just sit here and listen to these great stories that have never been told before. We're dropping science on the Only Good Vibe News Network. And like the uptown tradition of music. And I mean, it doesn't get any more like just royalty in New Orleans as far as the Nevilles.
And one of the things about the Nevilles music, your family's music and your music too, is it is a real positive vibration. It does bring smiles to people's faces. It puts a lift in people's step. Could you tell us a little bit about your experience, like how you've watched music transform people and your responsibility you feel bringing that to people?
What comes to mind for me is that I love music. I love music. I've always loved it. And I mean, it's obviously one of the the greatest gift to man that we have is music. Obviously the arts, anything to do with being a part of the creative process is amazing. But something about music is so similar to a painting. Can stop time.
Beautiful.
Right.
And that's what made me fall in love with music, was like listening to music and how it makes you feel, whether it makes you feel happy, sometimes sad, sometimes in between or whatever. But to this day, I can hear a song and I remember maybe the first time I ever heard that song.
Yeah.
And I maybe remember where I was. And I could almost smell. I could feel it makes me feel exactly how I felt the day when I first heard that.
There's certain
And
songs.
to me,
songs
that is so beautiful.
That's what I remember.
That is so beautiful. And also, so imagine if you're playing live music and people are coming to see you perform, and we're all in this place together. And so the interaction between the musicians and the people that are listening is such a sacred thing, because you know, it's a joint effort between all of us that are in that room at that particular time. And that's what's beautiful about it. I mean, you can record music, you can listen to it later, but sometimes when you're at a live musical event and you're in that moment, it happens that one time. It happens that moment. It just helps you and makes you appreciate like just moments in life.
Wow.
And you can, if you could bottle that up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
you'd
mean,
have something
joy,
real.
beauty, you know, a little bit of sadness here and there because it might remind you of something that wasn't so
great or
such a
whatever,
happy
yeah.
time.
Sure.
But at the same time, there's beauty in all of that.
I always said that music is, for me, it always just goes right back to one solid thing all the time. It's memories. It's like those memories that you had, the memories that you made memories for
Yeah.
people. And it's like being a fine arts major, that's a national salesman. The fine arts part is that you're taking your medium and your art into an organic 3D thing that can get baked into the bread of who you are. Like that's a wild and powerful piece of art that you can have, you know, because think about it. And I never really thought about the side of performing and feeling that energy from people. But that's what Jamie's talking about, how when we go, you guys go around the country and just pour joy in people's hearts and all the time. And it's an amazing gift, man.
Yeah, when you see when you maybe see a smile on someone's face, or you just see someone just reacting to what's going on musically, and then you in turn you feel a connection. There's nothing like it, you know.
You know, we were talking about recovery from alcohol and things like that. And one of the things that my therapist told me when I was working with him, he said the opposite of addiction is connection.
Connection. Wow.
The opposite of
Beautiful.
addiction is connection. I think that's one of the reasons that music gives people such a relief from their troubles and their stresses, is that sense of connection. Doc, do you have anything to add to this about what's going on the physiological level when we're experiencing this thing with our audience?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things to think about too, that, and you know, the idea of music is both connecting, but it's also meditative, right? And you're constantly using your brain. It's intensive, but you're in a meditative state, even if you're just by yourself playing. But then if you add the social component, you add the connection with the audience, but also with your colleagues, your peers. We know from psychology and neuroscience that loneliness is bad for you. Not using your brain is bad for you. The process of making music, creating music, and sharing it is ticking all those boxes, you know. And you mentioned about the memory. You know, memories have to have an emotional tag for them to really be exciting, right?
Okay.
And they could be bad tags or they could be good tags, right? And there's a part of your brain called the hippocampus, and it's attached to another part called the amygdala. The amygdala is constantly sort of scanning the environment, if you will, for emotionally salient things, right? And what it's going to do is work with this other part of your brain called the hippocampus that essentially creates, you know, holds short-term memories, and eventually it's going to get turned into long-term memories. Getting a few steps here, but essentially that's the task. And when you have an emotional experience, those memories stick, right? If I asked you, what did you eat, 3 Thursdays ago for breakfast, you'd be like, no idea, right? But if you got really sick after you ate that breakfast, you definitely remember, right?
Right.
So, right?
You're
Emotional not going to forget. So the emotional tag that I was talking about here is really that sort of durability of the memory. So we remember the good stuff, we remember bad stuff, unfortunately, too. But having that emotional tag, that's what music's going to give you. And I think the sense of community is incredible, right? Because there's community that you've created as an artist of people who follow you. So there's community you've created even when you're not playing in front of them.
Right. That exists.
Yeah. And then you renew those experiences, those emotional tags, the positive emotional tags, when you listen to the music.
Wow.
Right?
Fascinating. Yeah.
See, listen, ladies and gentlemen, OGVNN is doing nothing but dropping science, knowledge. And I mean, look, Doc, I had Ivan laughing. I was in a park today walking. Ran into Dave Jordan, and he was like, I was talking to him about the show and everything. And I was telling him that, I was speaking to you on it. That's why. And I said, Doc, when I hung up the phone, I said, it's probably okay to see some, black hippie dude tell you, hey man, your mind works like this. But if you got a real doctor with a PhD tell you what's going on, it's a little more powerful.
That's a little more
than some
personal,
hippie looking dude saying, man, neuro hippo and and the memory tags like, what the hell he been smoking?
Just different language. Same observations, just different language.
Yes, and that's one of the things, Doc, that I love, man. I literally was getting like serotonin and dopamine listening to you. Like that fascinates me so much to understand how your mind works, and because I believe in sucking up and learning information all the time. So I feel like it just clears things up for me when I hear this, and I'm like, I can do like a life hack. I can hack myself. I can like make my own self feel happy when I need to get that serotonin, that dopamine, or I understand that music is, oh my, this is going to be a negative tag for me. Like I'm gonna be even brighter just from that sentence. And I mean, as far as a musician like Ivan, to hear that broken down, I'm curious. Like, what do you think about that? Like, like the emotional touch. Like, there's a lot of things I feel, but like when people see you, they're like, oh wow, like they go crazy. But
Let's talk about that when we come back. We're going to take a break. We got some bills to pay.
We'll give you some time.
And we're going to be right back. We're going to get more into the physiological response of music with the doctor over here. We're going to talk more about spreading joy around the world with Mr. Ivan Neville. We got a great show. We got a great 15 minutes.
Yes. If you want to call in too, feel free. 504-556-9696. That's 504-556-9696. OGVNN, Only Good Vibes News Network here in New Orleans, brought to you by Motorsports Bar
on the West Bank.
Woo! Right. This is your intro right now. No, that's good.
Only Good Vibes News Network is brought to you in part by NOLA Learning Support,
providing educational therapy for students kindergarten through college with dyslexia and other mild to moderate learning differences.
Contact them at NOLALearningsupport.com.
They provide help for struggling students using research and experience to improve self-confidence and reinforce reading and writing skills.
NOLALearningsupport.com. Supporting young people is a great vibe.
Get hype on game day with the official Whistle Monster bobblehead. This action figure means business. With its game day attire and trademark oversized whistle head, grab yours today for only $40 at the following location. Jam NOLA, located at 2832 Royal Street, or at Empire State Deli, located at 447 St. Charles Avenue. But remember, you can always go to whistlemonster.com for all your monster gear. T-shirts, sweatshirts, bobbleheads, and even bumper stickers. This season, show off your New Orleans football spirit in style.
Looking for action-packed fun? Come experience the excitement at NOLA Motorsports Park, just minutes from downtown New Orleans.
Feel the thrill of racing on our world-class karting tracks. Perfect for all ages and skill levels. Plan a special event, host your next party, or corporate outing with us for a unique and exciting experience.
Keep an eye out for an exhilarating new attraction coming soon in NOLA Motorsports Park. This October, don't miss our spine-chilling zombie paintball event. Gear up and take on the undead in an epic paintball battle.
Ready to join the fun? Visit NOLAMotorsports.com to book your adventure today. NOLA Motorsports Park,
where excitement never stops.
Hey folks, it's Jeff Cruier. I've been with WGSO for 17 years as host and now president and general manager. WGSO is a community-based radio station, a nonprofit, locally operated. We believe in cultivating local talent and emphasizing local programs. If you have an interest in hosting your own program, then we have some prime spots available for you. Take advantage of this great offer. Email me at jeff@wgso.com or call me at 504-669-6076. Come fulfill your radio dreams at WGSO.
Hey, it's Kevin Carr with your personal sneak preview invitation to join me on Sunday evening from 8 to 9 for Fat Guys at the Movies. Each week, I give you my take on the newest movies and movie news, but in a fun way. Not like those stuffy movie review snobs who take themselves way too seriously. I tell you if the new movies rock or not. Yes, it's fun for all ages with Fat Guys at the Movies. I'll see you Sunday evening at 8 on WGSO 990 AM.
What's up, my people? This is Derek Smoker Freeman. You're listening to the Only Good Vibes News Network with Jamie and Whistle.
right here on AM 990 in New Orleans. Yeah.
You got the accent, your way to positive, eliminate the negative. That don't.
28 accentuate positive. We're right here doing it all day long. Well, just for the hour.
Happy belated birthday to Mr. Mac Rabenak.
That's right.
The good doctor.
Heavenly birthday to the good doctor.
Call me up. He go, Wisco.
Why am I nervous?
I'm nervous and a little bit. Yeah,
That's
Mac
awesome.
Rabenak, ladies and gentlemen.
Remember Mac Rabenak on the Only Good Vibes News Network here at WGSO 990 AM. We got Dr. B in the house. We got Ivan Neville, of course. I'm Jay.
And I'm the whistle.
And we're bringing you an hour Only Good Vibes. We're getting towards the end of the hour. Doc, thank you for joining us today. You were talking a little bit about the physiological effect of music on memory and on the mind. Why does music feel so healthy for us? Like, we can go out to a night of music and you're really feeling kind of down, and that music will lift us up inside and make life somehow bearable. I was saying to Whistle today, like sometimes you're having a rough day, you can go into your car and just put on your favorite song, and then you can be ready to go ahead and face the rest of your day after that. What's happening inside our bodies and our brains that makes this experience so positive?
Well, one of the things to think about is oftentimes, we talk about things like stress and anxiety and stuff like that. When you're feeling stressed out or you're anxious is sort of the emotional state, right? And even with that emotional state, it causes physiological changes. I think I talked about this one time when I called in, and so you even if it's something that's not necessarily really directly going to hurt you, it could be something that's worrying about bills or worrying about different things, conversation, what have you. Your body still responds in a physiological way. And so being able to sort of switch your thinking away from, maybe that thing that really don't necessarily always have a lot of control over anyway, maybe something you're worried about that isn't necessarily going to happen, or you kind of perseverate on it, kind of dwell on it. And so then you get back into a different track, literally and figuratively. If you're going to listen to a different track like music, right? So you're going to sit there, listen to that music, and it just changes your whole thinking, right? It's sort of like, I think Whistle, you were talking about when you're, counting down, when you say, I'm a little stressed out, so I'm going to count down, get my mind off that thing, and music's just a great way to do that, and it can sort of accentuate the emotional state you have, right? So maybe if you're a little bit sad, you listen to sad music, it's going to make you a little more sad, but you can also get music that's going to kind of turn things around a little bit, and you can listen to it on your own. That's going to be great, but it's going to be even more powerful as a group, so going to see Mr. Neville live with the whole scene, everybody's there to enjoy it, that's contagious. Like we can watch a Saints game, for example, on TV, and it's going to be great, right? But you go in person, and it's going to be really great because you're picking up on all the other vibe, right?
Yeah.
And we know that just being around other people just gets you more awake.
The right people.
Yeah. Go see a comedy movie by yourself, watch it on your TV at home, and you're I kind of have a little chuckle. Go see a comedy movie together with a group of people. Everybody's laughing, right? So part of that music brings you to that place where you can, accentuate what's going on, accentuate the positive. Or maybe if you really like, punk rock and mosh pits or whatever, you're going to get it all out. You're going to put it in a physical place. Yeah. That's why exercise, other things too, are so great. But music is a great one for that.
So, Doc, so people today, I was talking to Jane, are really stressed out about a lot. And so we're always like puzzling what we're going to do with some of the shows. But one of the things that I really wanted you to help us with, and I thought that you would be a perfect person for this, pardon me, is since everyone's feeling down and everybody's just depressed, and a lot of people are really like, money, this, all these different things, going on in their lives, and there are a lot of people, energy is just really heavy. Like, what can we do to like pick up yourself for example, even if everybody was like happy and doing things, but when a group of people are just feeling a certain way, how can you
like say we lost a
that?
Saints game or something,
Right. So I think that's great. I'll just, of course, I'd say up front, if a person's really struggling with depression or anxiety or those kinds of things, then really licensed care or licensed clinical practitioner, that's where you want to go with that, right? And so, but in general, there's lots of different types of things. I think last time I called in, I talked about box breathing, things like that. So
that's Patty's stuff. She loves it.
It's great, and it's really called mindful breathing, right? And so when I was trying to get down here in the traffic and stuff like that, I was doing that, right? Because you're ironically coming to talk about stress, and you're stuck in traffic coming from University of New Orleans out here. It's a wonderful, beautiful view, but it's a lot of traffic. So you can do that. So I'll just remind you all, the box breathing taps into your parasympathetic nervous system. That's the rest and digest part. And so you're going to breathe in for 4, you're going to hold for 4, and breathe out for 4, and hold for 4. That's one real basic one. There's all kinds of other variations where you're going to do, 4 in, hold for 7, out 8, and you kind of make a big whooshing sound, right? All these kinds of things are really meant on focusing your mindfulness, like music in a way, focusing on what you're doing, right? So even just counting your breaths, it doesn't have to be really complicated. And just saying, okay, I'm breathing in, I'll count 1, breathe out, count 2. And you do it over and over again. And what that's actually doing as you breathe in and kind of hold your breath a bit, it's activating that rest and digest and suppressing that fight or flight, right? And, start with a minute. It's mindful, right? Sometimes your minds are wandering, whatever. So then you build up to it, right? But there's one I want to think about when people are sleeping. I think it's a little bit different, which is neat. And it's called a body scan or progressive muscular relaxation. It's a really easy one to do. You can't sleep, you're worried about things. You say, I'm going to be mindful. I'm going to think about my toes. And then you squeeze your toes, you curl your toes really, really tight, and then you relax it. And then you squeeze your foot as tight as you can. You think about it, and you picture it. It's kind of a little bit, don't hurt yourself. You squeeze it up, and then relax. And you work you all the way up your body, your hands, your stomach, your chest, your face. And then by the time you get to the top, you've had this stress and release, and you've got a mindful state. Most people aren't going to make it too far up their body before they fall asleep. Right?
Okay.
And something we're trying out.
A lot of things, Doc.
It's a type of mindfulness.
It's like a hack.
It's a hack. It's a hack.
I learned a lot of hacks during the pandemic, because I was trapped home, so I had no other choice but to try some things, and then some things I got some results from. So it spurred my motivation, and I was more motivated. But for me, when it goes like isn't your mind controls good thought process and everything controls everything in a sense for me, because I'm like, it's what you're going to tell your mind, what you're going to have your subconscious attempt to try and facilitate. And then, I always look at it like, and tell me what you think. I made this up myself. So if you could think about like a runway in an airport, and all the planes coming on the runway are just your thoughts, right? So I would tell people not to let that plane get on the runway and go down the runway with a negative thought, because that's going to take off and it's going to go into fruition. So if you can think about all of your thoughts as planes going into a runway at an airport, and making sure that those bad ones aren't getting off the ground with
This is going to be hard to believe, but we're out of time, guys.
Oh wow,
we're all out of time today. It blasted through. I want to remind everybody, go to Silverfest this weekend. It's on Saturday. You can go to the website, the Bridge House website, bridgehouse.org. Go to Ivan Neville's website, Ivan Neville Music, and check out his new release, Touch My Soul. It's out now. It's streaming on all platforms.
And Doc, you have a website you want people to go to?
Yeah, I'm going to direct you to University of New Orleans, Department of Psychology. We're always recruiting really talented, smart students. We'd love you to come to UNO.
My
Get a
daughter's
great education.
a graduate. She's a master's in hotel restaurant tourism from UNO.
Wonderful.
That's another hour of positive vibes right there.
Love you, Monty. Oh, one more thing. I want to say, Ivan, the show you did over at the Maple Leaf for Jamaica, the money was raised. They built the guy's house, got him water and everything, and they added a new addition on with the money that we made from the
Jake's.
Yeah.
Jakes. What a vibe.
Yep.
All right. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Who dat? And
Happy
remember,
Thanksgiving.
yeah, everybody give yourselves a hand. Great job. And look, we couldn't have done it without my man Ron over there with his Saints hat. True Saints fan, ladies and gentlemen. Mr.
GSO.com. We might just feature you on the air.
Thank you so much for listening to Only Good Vibes News Network. You make your world. Make it good. Only Good Vibes News Network is brought to you in part by NOLA